What this means for the relations between the two countries, for her to be accorded this opportunity.
Thank you. As I said in the morning, this state visit is far more greater honor for us as a nation, and for even her, the visiting president. It actually shows a much more deeper level of relationship between countries. What we saw for the Madam Samia Suluhu has chosen to make Kenya her first choice of state visit. Speaks a lot. For anybody who thought there's enmity between Kenya and Tanzania, let them realize that you don't decide to go to your first state visit to an enemy country. You wouldn't do that. Not many people will do that. So this actually shows how much trust, how much importance there is between Tanzania and Kenya, and how much Madam Samia Suluhu values Kenya's partnership as being a very strategic one. So this is a state visit. State visit comes with a lot more opportunities than a working visit, like we saw in Uganda, whereby it was just a signing of a particular oil pipeline deal and then out. The visiting president is going to get an opportunity to meet. They have just had a bilateral talks. She's going to meet the women business executives. Those executives will raise pertinent issues with regards to trade. You know, that straight to her ears. So we're going to get an opportunity for Kenyan business fraternity.
I don't know if we have sound now from that location. I think we would like to listen in, if possible. All right, Tanzania President Samia Suluhu Hassan walking into the Mzee Jomo Kenyatta Mausoleum, an architectural masterpiece. And what you're seeing there is the 22 evenly spaced flags, 11 on each side, that lead to the mausoleum. There's that space that you're seeing, and apologies for our camera quality. It really is a difficult moment there for members of the press to try and get you those pictures. And of course, I'm sure part of what will happen there will be private, and you know, the best our camera crew can do is get you shots from outside. But nevertheless, this is a facility that's heavily guarded, you know, again, a great honor for our visiting head of state to be accorded that opportunity, as Honorable Eden was sharing with us a couple of minutes ago. Sorry I interrupted you on that, Honorable Eden, you may proceed.
Thank you. So, one of the things that will happen during the visit, as you know, which is going to be a great opportunity of that Kenya is benefiting from this state visit, is the issue to do with the great dialogue with the business fraternity of Kenya, a speech to or address to Parliament. Usually, what happens is that in the bilaterals that the countries talked about now, by and large, bilaterals, the depth of bilateral discussions remain within closed doors. So what you have seen them say is highlights. There is a lot more that was spoken in there today, I'm sure, a lot of things that may not necessarily belong to the press out there, and they said it, they alluded to it to say that there is a lot of negotiations going on. I was particularly impressed from these bilaterals that the head of state from Tanzania, Madam Samia Suluhu, said that NTBs or non-tariff barriers are no more now. This is good. This is probably the greatest expression of hope for the business and trade that is going on between the two countries. I'm sure the Kenyan business people, the Kenyan traders, are going to welcome that move a lot. I am also sure that within the discussions, issues to do with work permits to Kenyans or to East Africans in Tanzania, issues of concern, get spoken to in bilaterals but under closed doors. But what is going to happen tomorrow with the address to Parliament, this is now when the visiting head of state has an opportunity to express and broadcast and speak not only to the nation but to the East Africa community and to the world about Tanzania's strategy for Kenya and for the EAC as a whole. So we're going to see a lot more. And
I do want to talk a bit about non-tariff barriers also with John Gashie, who I'll have on shortly. But just in case you're joining us, Citizen TV's live coverage of that two-day state visit of Tanzanian President Samia Suluhu Hassan. At the moment, they are at the mausoleum of founding father or founding president of the first president of the Republic of Kenya, Mzee Jomo Kenyatta, the late. That is the shot that we are now getting for you, paying their respects. They are led, the Tanzanian convoy paying their respects. They are led by President Samia Suluhu Hassan. This is a facility that is, very well taken care of. Decorated statues of lions amongst other features, very well guarded by the KDF amongst others. And so a privilege for a visiting head of state to visit, as one of my guests has shared earlier today, and a moment to pay their respects, led by President Samia Suluhu Hassan. That is what is happening at this moment. I don't know if we can listen in briefly. Okay, I'm told we won't be able to, so we'll just keep our conversation going on as we do our best to inform you exactly what is happening, give you a play-by-play account of what is happening in regards to the visit by President Samia. John, we still have you on the line. A lot of optimism from my guest here in studio, Honorable Aiden. Do you share the same optimism, especially when it comes to the non-tariff barriers? We've heard of discussions of quotas, embargoes, sanctions, even levies being imposed on goods, moving between both countries. But it seems like that will now be a thing of the past, or are we being overly optimistic? What's your view?
My view, is that there is what I would say scrambles for business, and scrambles for business within the larger East African community. And remember, the bigger block, or rather hurdle, was really the resolution of all those issues to do with trade and trade barriers. And Tanzania was always, in my view, perhaps caught up between its affiliation to East African community and the South African, the SADC region. And indeed, Tanzania was basically the area in which the East African community economic policy and trade was really coming and, was unraveling. And perhaps if that is resolved, then that Tanzania would be able to, clarify and perhaps show its hand as to where it wants to be affiliated to. More likely, then this will be the beginning of a new era in the, in the trade and security and regional cooperation. Now, the relationship between Kenya and Tanzania with regards to economic issues has always been fairly contested with regard to the two countries' divergent economic and political views with regard to which part, shall I say, of the, what part of the bread is buttered. And in this regard, there is a feeling that then we are having now the original tripartite twins, so to speak, Kenya, Uganda, and Tanzania, perhaps willing to really relook inside and perhaps address those issues that were a problem. And perhaps the biggest problem area was the relationship between Kenya and Tanzania.
Okay, thank you so much for your analysis, John Gashie. And hold on the line as we continue to observe activities at the mausoleum of the late Mzee Jomo Kenyatta, a place, of course, that's well guarded for many Kenyans. Possibly the only chances they've been able to get a glimpse inside has been during previous annual commemorations of his death, which occurs every 22nd of August. This is a facility, surprisingly, in case you didn't know, managed and maintained by Parliament, and since his passing on, it has always been guarded by the Kenya Defence Forces soldiers, and at this time President Samia Suluhu Hassan will lay a wreath at the mausoleum. If she hasn't done that already, I may have missed that, and I'm told we do have some sound from the location. Let's listen in briefly.
I now kindly request that you lay the wreath. Thank you, Your Excellency.
Thank you, sir. Thank you, sir. You're someone. Nice one. Good.
And with the EAC anthem, it seems that this is the tail end of this part of the two-day state visit of Tanzanian President Samia Suluhu Hassan. The convoy there exiting the Mzee Jomo Kenyatta mausoleum. This mausoleum was actually built back in 1978, and when Mzee Kenyatta passed on, and very well guarded. You've seen the place red carpeted from the entrance to the main structure, and many heads of state, when on state visits, have managed or gotten the opportunity to pay their respects here, to pay tribute, to lay a wreath at the tomb of the late Mzee Jomo Kenyatta. And so with a simple and short ceremony there, that concludes this part of the program. We had actually been told this would be happening at about 2 p.m, so running a little bit late, but of course it has been a busy day for visiting President Samia Suluhu Hassan, and hopefully now she can get a little break before that state dinner a bit later on this evening. And of course here at Citizen TV we'll give you more updates. But the President has entered her official vehicle whilst on this trip, and we'll leave here, and the rest of her program unclear until that state dinner a bit later on this evening. 20 minutes or so there, we've had the playing of three anthems: the Tanzanian national anthem, Kenyan anthem, and the EAC anthem, both when she was walking into the mausoleum and when she was about to leave as well, just paying their respects there as the visiting convoy or visiting team from Tanzania, led by President Samia Suluhu Hassan. And a very busy day for the President, Honorable Aiden, I must say. But of course, when you have a two-day visit like this, you must cram everything into that particular part of the program. But from what you're saying, you get the sense that already a lot has been achieved in that 2-hour meeting. But some would ask, is 2 hours enough? How much work has been done prior to that meeting? Was that meeting more of a formality? How do these things work in